Hello guys, Lifehackster here. 2019 is just a few days away, and today I'll be showing you guys my current security camera and smart home setup. I have reviewed almost all the products that I'll be showing you guys, and these are the devices that I'm using every day, and not just review them one time and put them in a corner. If you have been following my channel, you know that I have reviewed a lot of Wi-Fi security cameras and smart home devices this year. But which ones do you think I use? Let's start first on the outside of the house, and I'll show you which cameras and smart home devices I have, and then I'll take you inside. Let's start here at my garage driveway, and you will see one of my Reolink PoE NVR cameras. This is the older version of the RLC 511 and is a 4 megapixel 1440p camera. It has a 4 times optical zoom, which I use to adjust the field of view, and have the capability to zoom in my front driveway so that I can read license plates. You can also see one of my solar LED lights. This one is very helpful, especially when I throw the trash at night. No issues since I installed it 4 months ago, and this is basically set it and forget it lights. Late in the afternoon is where it gets the internal batteries charged via the solar panel on top. On top of my garage is my workhorse Ring Floodlight camera, which will be going on 2 years this coming April. With all the Ring cameras I have, this is the one that works every day in, day out. And I know that it is close to 100% reliable as to motion detecting. When it gets triggered, there is always somebody or something that triggered it. I would know if it doesn't just because it gets triggered every time my family and I get in and out of the garage, which is basically multiple times a day. Two-way audio is my only gripe on this camera, but everything else is working good. Going across the front of the house to my front door, you will see my Nest Hello and my Nest X Lock. My Nest Hello is finally working as intended, which Nest did a firmware software update 2 weeks ago. So I replaced my good old reliable Ring Pro for the meantime, and right now my Nest Hello is working without any issues. And actually, it works good, especially the integration with the Google Hub, which I'll show you later on. It now has less than 10 seconds motion notification and no more offline issues. My Nest X Lock works without problems also since I installed it. I would just like to see some integration with the Nest Hello. There should be a lock and unlock option on the Hello's interface, just like the Arlo Doorbell and with their smart locks. Aside from my Nest Hello doorbell, I also have another Reolink camera that monitors my front door. You will also see another Reolink PoE NVR camera here, and also my Ring Spotlight Cam battery, which is hooked up in a solar panel which continually tops off the battery every day. No issues with it except because it is battery powered and it doesn't have the zoning feature. I cannot find a compromised setting where I get the least amount of false notifications. If I dial the sensitivity too much, it will not get triggered even if I am within 5 feet of the camera. I need to test this further, but it seems like the cool-off period is pretty long even if I set the motion frequency to frequent, which should notify me with every motion. I just like it because it has the spotlights, which is pretty spot on at night. Then I have another Reolink camera here that monitors my front yard. We're going to the back of the house and we'll be using the only side gate to get to my backyard. You will see I have several solar powered lights that lights up the way to the backyard. I think this is one of my best purchases of this year. The solar powered lights. They are affordable and just works. I didn't even have to screw them on my wall. I just used a heavy duty mounting tape and has been holding up well for about 4 months now. I have another Reolink camera here to monitor my side yard. Before getting to my backyard, you will see my Spotlight Cam mount version, which is also working pretty good. I have to pause the video here for a bit. I have to tell you what is coming up with Spotlight Cam mount users. This is the only Ring security camera that is supposed to have the auxiliary red wire that you can hook up and control other light fixtures. I did a video of this at the time I got this camera and it wasn't working then. Ring seemed to have abandoned this idea even though you will see the auxiliary light control setup on the camera's user's manual. A week or so ago, somebody made a comment and gave me a heads up that Ring have updated their app and now there is a toggle switch on the camera setting to be able to control the external lights. Tested it and it just now turns on the other lights, floodlights in my case, and that's it. It will not turn off until you toggle the switch manually or unplug it. But it is safe to assume that because it is in the updated app, then a firmware update should make this feature work. So we will see. So this spotlight cam monitors my old shed and also gets triggered when anybody goes in my backyard. We are now going across the backyard and you will see my Mr. Beam's floodlight. I haven't made a video of this, but it does work pretty good. The light is okay, 500 lumens. It will give extra light for my Reolink cameras to record a clearer footage. My backyard is also the testing and proving ground for security cameras and their accessories that I review. So this is dynamic and constantly changing with different cameras. For now, you will see my Ring stick-up cam battery version which is hooked up in a solar panel. This is not usually a place where I'm installing a camera. I just use this place because mostly I can easily film, work on the cameras just using a small step ladder, and mostly because the sun hits this area in the morning and I can set up and test solar panels in this area. Now, if you try to get to the other side of the house, you will get monitored by two cameras. One is my Maximus Floodlight, which has been working pretty good without their AI motion detection. The only thing that I don't like is that you cannot set up motion zones if you are just using the PIR motion detection. Also, I'm not subscribed to their AI and the cloud service, which didn't really work for me during my review. So I'm not paying any monthly fees on this camera. This is the video and audio quality of the Maximus Floodlight. The other camera is the Ring Spotlight Cam wired version, which is my second workhorse camera. Works also day in and day out and detects anything and anybody when it gets on the motion zoned areas. Two-way audio is better with this camera than my other Ring cameras. My only complaint is that the video quality of this camera and the Spotlight Cam mount version is not as good as the new stick-up cams, or even with the Ring Floodlight Cam, which should be the same camera and camera sensor. Now, you will also see the Arlo Doorbell here, which has been here since I initially reviewed it. And I'll be doing a comparison video of this doorbell, which is battery powered, with the Ring 2, which is another battery powered doorbell soon. Also, you will see my other Yale smart lock for my back door to the backyard, which is integrated with the Ring alarm. I did a video of this setup when Ring initially released their integration with smart lock devices. And now Ring has made some updates which include Alexa integration. We are now able to control the Ring integrated smart locks using Echo devices, and you can set it up to lock the smart lock via the app or by voice. You can also unlock the door using your voice, but you need to say a passcode. What I like is that you can actually create a routine to lock all your doors at a given time every night. Alexa, lock the back door.
Locking. Hang on. The back door is locked.
Alexa, unlock the back door.
What's your voice code for back door?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Unlocking. Hang on. The back door is unlocked.
If you're able to get in the other side of my house, then this is where my Blink XT camera is installed, together with another Reolink NVR camera which monitors my breaker box. So that's it with my outdoor security camera setup, and now we are going inside the house. I mostly monitor two places inside my house. I have multiple cameras, but it is mostly to monitor my front door and the door leading to the garage, and also my back door going to the backyard. I don't have any cameras in bedrooms or any private areas inside the house. Most of my indoor security cameras are the Yi and the Wise cams. I have this Yi 1080p dome since the start of my channel about 2 years ago and hasn't given me any issues. Even the micro SD card is still in good condition. It only records when there is motion. I like specifically this Yi dome because its two-way audio has some pretty decent volume. I have the Wisecam also monitoring as a secondary point of view. And what I like about the Wisecam aside from the price is the video quality, which is pretty good and rivals more expensive cameras. I also like Wisecam's smoke and CO2 alarm detection, which will give you an alert if it hears the siren from these alarms. As to battery power, I do have the Reolink Argus 2, which just stays in the counter, and also the Blink indoor cam in my mantle area. Because they're battery powered, I move them around. Also, they are mostly in standby and not recording and detecting any motion until if we are out of the house for a while. I usually use them to watch live view, but I do use it as a little hack and tip for you guys and gals that cook. You can move it close to your oven or instant pot or slow cooker, and you can basically monitor the temperature or the cooking time while you're out running a quick errand. I also have my original Argus and the Argus Pro cameras in my office studio, and I turn on motion detection if we are out of the house. In my front door and also the door leading to the garage, I have the Yi home camera, which is still hooked up with my backup power supply, which still works by the way. I can easily plug and unplug the camera without resetting the camera. I also have the Yi home camera too, which I don't think Yi sells anymore. Lastly, I'll talk about my alarm system, which I switched to the Ring alarm a few months back. The keypad is still halfway charged with the battery, but I barely use it though, and we mostly use the app to control the alarm. And with the recent integration with Echo devices, I can now use voice command to arm and disarm the alarm. It does need an alarm code, which by default will be your access code, but you can add a different code on the Alexa app just to use for voice commands. Just make sure that when you disarm the alarm via voice that you don't have anybody around that can hear your code, because you have to verbally say this code when prompted to disarm the alarm. Alexa, arm the house in home mode.
Ring is armed in home mode. You have 30 seconds to exit.
Alexa, disarm the home.
What's your voice code for Ring?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Ring is disarmed.
This is useful for me when I need to disarm the alarm from home mode when I wake up and to arm the house before we get out of the house. I have both Alexa Show and the new Google Hub in the house, and I wish that both of these companies will have some integration together in the future. I know with Google, Ring integration is very limited if there are any, but with Echo Show, I can at least see my Nest Hello doorbell. Alexa, show me the Nest Hello camera.
Okay.
As to Google Hub, one thing that I really liked, especially when my Nest Hello doorbell was updated and working properly, is that how fast you can pull the feed from the Nest Hello on voice command or pushing in the camera button or when somebody rings the doorbell. Hey Google, show me the front door.
You got it. Streaming the front door.
Lifehackster is at the front door.
Lifehackster is at the front door.
It is way quicker than when I pull the feed of my Ring cameras with my Echo Show. Alexa, show me the Ring Floodlight camera.
Okay.
Now, this is my Reolink NVR camera setup, which has been loop recording 8 4-megapixel cameras 24/7 for more than a year now. My NVR is set up on top and the monitor is in between the bedroom and the kitchen area. It is not in the way and not an eyesore if you are in the living room, but we can easily get to it if we get a motion notification from any of my Ring cameras, which is, by the way, why I needed instant notifications. We have the Ring chime so that we can get alerted in real time on any motion outside. If we go to the garage, I have another Wise camera that monitors this area. I also have and still using Next Garage, which is actually another smart device that has been working day in and day out without any issues. I don't use the geofencing auto open feature anymore though. It is not 100% reliable at that time I was using it, and it is easy just to open up my phone to use the app. This also has been working with my Google and Echo devices without any issues. I also have my Orbit Smart Sprinkler, which has been working without problems for me. I stopped using smart watering though and ended up just using schedules so that I have more control on the watering days and times. I think that these are most of the smart cameras and smart devices that I currently use at home. I will link all my review videos and updates on the devices that you have seen in this video. So this is my smart home setup going on the new year, and we will see what changes I will make for next year. I hope you like this video, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it yet to get product updates like this video, product reviews, comparison videos, and long-term reviews. Thank you.